Money FM 89.3, best of weekends.
If you are a corporate leader looking for ways to engage your team during this pandemic, or if you're an entrepreneur, you want to bounce back because business has been hit by the pandemic, there is something called the World Gratitude Summit that is going to be happening in the middle of August 13 to 15. It's a free online summit featuring some of the world's best-selling authors and top thought leaders. Joining me on the line now is the founder of the World Gratitude Summit, best-selling author, Siya Nacino, joining us from the Philippines. Siya, how are you doing today?
Hi, Nguyen. I'm really happy to be on your show. Thank you for having me.
It's great to have you. World Gratitude Summit. Okay, what does that mean exactly, and how can people, do you think, benefit from attending it?
Okay, so the World Gratitude Summit is a free virtual event happening on August 13 to 15, wherein I interviewed some of the world's top leaders, some of the happiest people in the world, like Dr. Robert Emmons. He's the world's leading scientific expert on gratitude, Dr. Ivan Meister, Jack Canfield, Dr. John DeMartini, etc. And basically, the purpose of the World Gratitude Summit is to help us thrive even in the midst of crisis. So we want to share with you the secrets on how to stay mentally healthy, be happy, and thrive through the power of gratitude.
And Siya, this is such an important topic because during the past 5-6 months, it has been hard for many of us to keep a bright outlook and keep a positive attitude about things. We've been locked down in our homes, and many of us have seen business not go as well as we would normally see it go. So this idea of gratitude, it's not a new one. We all know that being thankful for things puts us in a better frame of mind. But this particular summit that you're going to do, this World Gratitude Summit, is actually going to talk about gratitude as a science as well, right? How does that look?
Right, that's correct. So we've all heard about gratitude before. We were told to say thank you, and we tend to take it for granted because it sounds so simple. But if you dive deeper into the study of gratitude, it is so powerful, and it is not just psychobabble, according like what Dr. Ivan Meisner would say. It's not psychobabble. It's not just good to have, but there's actually science behind it, and there have been so many studies done about gratitude. And one of the most notable studies was done by Dr. Robert Emmons, and he said that when you are grateful, when you say thank you often, you actually increase your happiness by as much as 25%. And of course, when you are happy, you tend to be inspired and more creative and more productive as well. And there are also a lot of benefits of gratitude, especially with regard to our physical health. For example, it provides better sleep, it improves our heart condition, and it also reduces depression. There are a lot of studies and research done on it, and they really prove that these are the benefits that gratitude can do to our health.
Yeah, we're talking with Siya Nacino, best-selling author and founder of the World Gratitude Summit, a free virtual event that's happening on August the 13th through the 15th. Siya, gratitude means different things to different people. So when we're thinking about how to frame this idea, it is hard to come up with a standard definition, isn't it, for gratitude?
Right.
How do we get around that? When you think in terms of even your World Gratitude Summit, how do we set the baseline for what each of us would think gratitude means?
I think, to put it simply, gratitude is all about appreciation, appreciating the blessings that are around us. To put it into context, I remember Oprah. She has interviewed thousands of people, some of the world's best experts, and every time that she finishes the interview, there's one common question that her interviewees would ask her, and the question was this: how did I do? And this would give us a glimpse on what people want. We want to be appreciated. We want to be affirmed. And when you are grateful, you're actually affirming the good that is happening around you. And when you show gratitude to another person, you are affirming that person. You make that person feel good, feel appreciated. And as we all know, when we feel appreciated, we tend to do more of that which we were affirmed, right? Okay, especially, for example, if you're an employee and you're doing a great work and your boss is not appreciating you, so maybe you're wondering, maybe I'm not really doing well, and so it may even demotivate you. and it will lead to low productivity.
This is what I was going to actually ask you about, which is gratitude in the context of the office place. If you are a boss listening to this today on the radio here in Singapore or elsewhere, this idea of sharing this grateful mindset does also work with your employees too. How can employers, how can bosses, managers do that?
Okay, so one way that managers can show appreciation to their employees is to catch them doing something good. And it doesn't have to be something big. For example, your subordinate was able to submit the report on time. You can praise him or her for that, and that will increase the self-esteem of that subordinate. I'd like to share a particular example that was actually shared to me by Chester Elton. He is the best-selling author of the book Leading with Gratitude, and he shared a real-time case study of a restaurant business that is thriving in the midst of the pandemic. So restaurants were badly affected by the pandemic, right? But for this particular case that Chester mentioned, it is the case of Texas Roadhouse. They have 600 stores and over 70,000 employees, but they decided that they will not lay off a single employee. And They even paid bonuses in April 2020. So during the height of COVID, within 4 weeks, they lost 85% of their revenue. And then after that, they became profitable. And one of the key factors was gratitude. So what they would do was that every time they would have meetings, they would celebrate the little things, as simple as this particular employee was able to wear a mask right today. And then they would talk about the possible ways that they could serve their customers. So their employees really felt appreciated by the company because it was so clear. The management said that their first priority is to take care of their employees and then take care of the customers, serve the customers, and then serve the communities. So if the employees feel that, okay, I feel safe in this company, the company cares about me, the company appreciates me, then the natural tendency is for that employee to show care, or in Filipino we call it malasakit, to show care to the company that they work for.
Very interesting. We're speaking with Nacino, the founder of the World Gratitude Summit, happening from August the 13th to the 15th. It is a virtual event. It is free. And Sha, you mentioned you've got these amazing people that are contributing. Jack Canfield, of course, who is the author of Chicken Soup for the Soul.
Chicken Soup for the Soul,
yeah,
right.
Andrew Matthews, Dr. John DeMartini, Chester Elton, you were just talking about, Scott Friedman, so many more. When someone goes online to this summit, what will they actually see? What will the experience be like for them?
Okay, so this is a 3-day summit, and we divided it into 3 categories. So day 1 is all about mental wellness, because in the midst of the pandemic, a lot of us were emotionally affected, mentally affected. So we want to tackle that. And one of our speakers for that is actually a gratitude psychologist. Her name is Dr. Peggy DeLong. Yes, and she's really an expert when it comes to gratitude. And then day 2 is solely dedicated to entrepreneurs, because we want to help entrepreneurs thrive. Because if their businesses would thrive, then it would mean they can keep employing their employees, right? And it could really help the economy of the country and eventually the economy of the world. And day 3 is all about how to move forward with gratitude.
Well, that sounds like it's really going to be an interesting thing. And of course, people can get online and they can view it anytime they want, right? They don't necessarily have to go at a specific time. Is that correct?
Okay, so what will happen is that it's like attending a real event. So, for example, at 9 a.m., the speaker will be live, and then 10 a.m. and 11 a.m. and so on. So this will be a free summit happening on August 13 to 15. We will live stream the talks or my interviews with all these speakers. There's also an option for the VIP in case they want the lifetime unlimited access for a very small price.
I see. So they can see it in real time on the days, 13th to the 15th. But then after that, if they want to access it anytime, then it's a slight additional fee after that. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. And Sha, one last thing, and probably the most important thing, we think about business leaders embracing the idea of being grateful, of gratitude, and how it will actually impact their bottom line. How is it actually going to help their companies be more successful in some way? What do you tell people when they ask about that?
Okay, so one of the best ways to really improve the bottom line of your business is to improve the culture within your company. If people feel appreciated, if people feel valued, naturally they would want to do more for the company. So one of the best ways to improve the culture of the company is by really showing appreciation to your employees. And I have a tip for entrepreneurs or for the business leaders on how they can do this. It's actually very simple. For example, let's say you have your weekly meetings or monthly meetings. You can incorporate gratitude circle in your meetings. What this means is that you just go around the group and then just ask each and everyone to share what they are grateful for in their professional life and then in their personal life as well. Because you want to show them that you also care for them, not just professionally but also personally.
Right. Very interesting. Now, Sha, where can people find more information about the summit?
Okay, so to find more information, just go to worldgratitudesummit.com. Again, that's worldgratitudesummit.com.
Perfect. We're speaking with Sha Nacino, founder of the World Gratitude Summit. That is August the 13th through the 15th, online at worldgratitudesummit.com. Sha, thanks so much for your time today and for helping us see a little bit more about how we might incorporate gratitude into our own lives.
You're most welcome, Glenn, and I'm really happy and grateful that you invited me to be on your show. Thank you so much.